All right, what's up? Today I got a pretty cool Tri-brigade deck profile for you guys today. I topped my locals with this list. It wasn't too long of a tournament, it was just 4 rounds. I ended up placing first with a 3-1 record. And then my matchups were Sword Soul Tenyi, the Brave Prankid deck, and then what is the other one? Evil Twin and Flunderies. My only loss was against the Flunder matchup. That was just, I decided poorly for that one. Not too much to say about that. Anyways, here's the deck profile. So I play the rescue cats and then the dog. For those of you who don't know, outstanding dog Maron. When it's sent to the graveyard, he just gets shuffled back into the deck. It lets you resolve cat multiple times. It also gives you something else to summon instead of like your last Karas. When you get into like later, if you go into long combos and you don't want to burn through all your Karases for the rescue cat, you can use Maron instead. And I don't know, it's just helpful. Won me the game multiple times. Yeah, and it's super cute, you know, just it's just a good card. It's cuttable if you don't want to play. If you want to play like a third Karas or something, go ahead and do that. I find no problems with it. You could always mill it back. There's a lot of different cards in this deck that let you mulligan cards. So for the Tri lineup, play 3 Nerval, 3 Fractal, 3 Kit, 2 Karas. You could play a third Karas instead of the dog. It's up to you. But yeah, pretty standard lineup. I don't really need to explain the cats. You resolve it, you're in a good spot. And then tries, what's it called, the Tri-brigades. They're all pretty explanatory. Played the Fusion Destiny package, so double Fusion Destiny, and then Celestial and Dasher. They're good. If you hard open the Fusion Destinies, it's great. Draw the bricks. It's not the end of the world. Also played a tiny Dogmatica package, double Nadir, 1 Maximus. Nadir is super good. You play it, you add Maximus to your hand, you can send Bear Broom to get the Revolt, and then you put Maximus back at the end of the turn. This card just says, these are just basically extra copies of any of your Tri-brigade extra deck monsters graveyard effects, because you play it at the end of your combo and then you just activate the effect. Like you can Nadir, send a Shurig, and then add like a DD Crow, or Nadir, send your Bear Broom, get your Revolt. Yeah, and then Maximus, that's just there. I used Maximus once. Most of the time I'm just shuffling it back in with for Fair Jeet or Bear Broom. Summoned it once, it did alright. It got me to send the Brigand, which adds the Tri-brigade at the end of the turn when it's sent to the grave. And then you could also do other Tri-brigades. But yeah, not a bad, it worked out. It just lets you play through more stuff. Like, let's say like all your Tri-brigade stuff fell through, but you're still able to summon DPE. You play Nadir Servant, now you got your Revolt for your Tri-brigade stuff. Oh yeah, one other thing about Nadir is that it puts more materials for your Tri-brigades early in the game. So if you need that extra material to play with for next turn or something, it's good. Played double Revolt. I wouldn't play 3 because it's good to open it. I don't know if you always want to open it. If you see it, you see it. I don't think I would play 3 though. I feel like 3's a lot. especially because it's a trap card. It's dead. It's a dead card in your hand. It's even more dead if you don't have any engine along with it. But for the most part, it's pretty good. So I just played 2. And then for spells, 1 for 1. This worked out pretty good. Send your dead hand traps. Send your dead, the dead Maximus or whatever. Any dead monster in your hand. Play 1 for 1. Get your Nerval out. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's also pretty good bait for the Ash. So you play 1 for 1, they Ash it, and then you can Fractal. Or you Fractal, they Ash it, and then you 1 for 1. You send a Beast from your hand, and now you got 2 materials engraved. So, very good card. I don't know why I never played this before, but it's so good. And then Tenki is just extra copy of Fractal. It's good. Extra starter card. To protect my plays, played 2 cross out and 1 called by. This list, you can play pretty much every hand trap you want. There's so much free space. Yeah, so cross out came in really clutch. I pretty much won my last match because of cross out, because they only opened up Nib. I played into it, but I had the cross out, and then just won the game because cross out's pretty good right now. And then Call by the Grave, very good. If you know your matchup, Call by the Grave is probably better used on like one of their key cards in their combos instead of protecting your own plays. Like I opened this in the live twin matchup, and then I just let him do his whole, or I played and then I let him play. Just waited for the Sunny, what is it called? The Trouble Sunny or whatever the 3300 boss monster. Banished it, and then I pretty much won because of Call by. For the hand trap lineup, pretty much every hand trap in the game. I play 2 of pretty much everything just because you don't really need a specific hand trap. You just want to see 2. So I played 2 Imperm, 2 Ogre, 2 Bell, 2 Ash, and then a bunch of 1-ofs for cross-out targets. Valor, Lancia, Crow, and Nibiru. Yeah, a lot of people are main decking Lancia. They'll shotgun it turn 1 in the standby phase. So if you have the cross out, it's good to have a Lancia in your deck, because yeah, they'll just shotgun it. Everyone's playing the Brave engine now, so your only time to actually activate it is right before the main phase. So Lancia, just good to have. It's good. Nibiru, pretty good. I don't think I actually resolved it, but it's good because it forces a negate. It'll trade. Valor just had that as a cross-out target. I probably don't even want to play this, to be honest. Maybe a 3rd Imperm would probably be better, or a 2nd Nibiru. I'm not even really sure if anyone's playing Valor in their main deck right now, or at all. Ash is really good against almost every deck. Ghost Spell is good. I'll just put the ones I explained in the pile. Ghost Spell is good. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of effects it can hit right now in the like the PK matchup, or the Evil Twin, or is it good in the Brave? I think it hit something in the Brave engine. I'm not really sure what it was. I hit something. I don't know. I found it good. I think I used it a few times. Yeah, it's just good. Ghost Ogre, very good. Removes a body. There's a lot of continuous spell and traps and field spells that it's just good against. Yeah, also just removing bodies so that your opponent can't link climb is good. Imperm is just good right now. Yeah, Imperm's good. And then Crow's super good. You could search it off of Shurig, and it's just really good right now. Hit the DPE. Oh yeah, that's what Bell's for. Yeah, Bell hits DP as well, and Scythe. But yeah, DD Crow is really good because you can search it. It's very easy to pull out of your deck. But yeah, so that's the main deck. Going on to the extra deck. The Tri-brigade lineup, 2 Farragy, 2 Rampager, 1 Rugal, and then the triple Shureg, and then the Brygrand. Yeah, that's all the tries. Double Farragy, I would say you need to, 1 for each turn that you play. 99% of the time that you're going to be making it. Yeah, you need to. Bear Broom, only need 1. You really just needed it for the search of the Revolt. Rugal is good in the grind game. You can make like a Rugal Shureg, and then that's basically your Revolt right there. But yeah, it's also a Link 3. Make access code with it, depending on what's in your grave. And then triple Shureg, you're going to go through 1 in your combo. You're going to go through a second one if you use Nadir. Yeah, it's just good to have maximum amount of Shuregs. I probably use 3 at least, I think 2 times in the 12, how many games did I play? I played I won 3 times, I don't know, like 10 games. Yeah, I don't know. I played a lot. Played a lot of games. I probably went through Shureg like 3 times in a few of them. It's just good to have the third from when you need it. And then Brygrand, that's Nadir Maximus target. You send it basically when it's sent to the grave when it's sent to the grave at the end phase, you can add a Tri-brigade to your hand, so you just add follow-up. Yeah, Brygrand's pretty good. And then for the other links, Doom Eagle, pretty good. If you can't, for whatever reason, you can't make the DD Crow, you can end on a Doom Eagle. Against the Evil Twin guy, I went Doom Eagle and then Nadir Servant to send the Shureg to add the DD Crow, and the double banish, or basically the shuffle from the Doom Eagle and the Crow is just a lot for them to play through, and it blocks off a lot of their extenders. Yeah. Dragon Lords, it's good. It's a bounce, rank 2, so you can just summon it pretty easily. Anaconda, just make 2 monsters, turn it to DPE, and then Almirage. Yeah, it's just a good card. When you Burk, it's good. It's good against those decks that blow up a lot of stuff, or they make DPE. You can always use Almirage to protect the stuff that they would want to blow up. So it's just good. Of course, the Legend DPE. Pretty much played it whenever I could. It just wins games. Appaloosa, there's some times where you want to make it. It's not the greatest, but you can make it. Yeah, it's just really weak right now because there's so many hand traps. And a lot of them just turn off Appaloosa, like Ogre, Imperm, Chalice, Droplets. They all just make Appaloosa like a minus. And then access code, really good for going for game. It's hard to play this deck without it, because you just make a rank 3 plus 1. That's 5,300 damage, and then you just summon Shureg and you win. For the side deck, play Triple Cosmic and Reboot for the back row lineup. I should have sided these in against the Flunder matchup, but I didn't because I'm dumb. I don't know. I kept DD Crow in. I kept in. What else I keep in? I kept DD Crow and some other useless hand traps like Ogre. Ogre's not that good against it. You could hit the map. But that's about it. What else I have? The Nibiru. It didn't really help me that much. Yeah. I should have sided these in just to hit the Dreaming Towns. Anti-spell, very good. You play it, your opponent basically skips their turn if they open a handful of spells. And then, what are the other spells I played? Triple Dark Ruler. It's just a really good going second card. Most of the time, you could probably outgrind your opponent with this deck, so having Dark Ruler, making your opponent burn everything on their first turn, and then you just turn off their whole board. It's very good. The nib, extra nib for combo decks if I want to hard draw it, and then Token Collector and Triple Phantasme. Yeah, I think Phantasme is not bad in this meta. It's definitely not as good as like when Dragon Link was the best deck, but most decks they'll make like Halka-Fibrax or what's it called? Auroradon or the Monk or any of the Prank Kid cards. It's just a meta call for your locals, to be honest. I think it's good. A lot of people where I play on CoreTCG, by the way. A lot of people play Link decks, so it's just good to have. You summon it, you protect yourself from like an Imperm or Veiler, and then you also get to mulligan your hand if it's bad. Maybe you'll draw into your Token Collectors and like win the game, or your Dark Rulers. But yeah, so if I'm like going second, I'll just like side 8, pull out all the hand traps I don't need, and then put these guys in, and I just try and draw one of them. Token Collector is like a win if they go into their Hulk combo. It stops a lot of the like Sword Soul plays, it stops all the Brave Engine. Yeah, it's just really good. Yeah, that's the deck. Let's see what like a typical end board. End board's not really that much different from like other Tri decks and past formats. It's like Revolt plus DPE and maybe like whatever other link you want to poop out at the time, plus like hand traps. So it just makes it hard for your opponent to play through and break your board and win. But yeah, that is the basic game plan. Just live longer than 2 turns, and then by that time your opponent's gassed out and you're not. And yeah, that's just how you play the deck. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below, and then I'll most likely get back to them. All right, peace out.